is our ESG intelligence, data intelligence platform. What we're trying to make with this interface is really to make complex easy to understand. We process more than 1 million data points a day from different sources, news, websites, social media, dark web, reports, and correlate all that into this. We try to do is really make complex easy. So we can filter by industry here. You can see all the industries that we have on the database. You can filter by country. You can see all the country as well. Or you can search by a company name. Let's take an example of Petronas. You search for it, it will give you the country, the name, the sector, the industry. Give you a score 57 is an average performance. A global score is a 57. Latest data was on the 15th, 4th. Low score is 12 and the high score is 62. Average industry is 65. You can compare with your peers here. You can see how you're doing compared with your peers. Or you can compare to other companies in here. For example, let's take Shell, and you compare your score with Shell, for example, as a company. So 47, 66 for you, 60 versus 47. Shell is not very good in terms of E, S, and G, as you can see. It will help you understand how you're doing compared to them, but also the lack of data points. So you can see that Shell is doing way better than you in employee engagement, diversity, inclusion, and then you don't have any data. That means that you're not doing enough or you're not communicating enough about the subject. So you need to correct that to be able to help understand the problem in there. Then you go down, you have the E, S, and G score. You have all the topics related to the E here and the different score. If you hover on them, give you the different score of an organization. If you want to know more, you just click on the E. It will give you a tree map, basically. You can use SASB framework or GRI framework. You just change between them. So the SASB framework, you can have, for example, GHG emission, you have 168 data points, and the score is 66. Ecological impact, 41 data points, score is 71. And then water, for example. And this is where it's key for us, where you have full transparency. So latest data point was on the 15th for 2024. So we do real-time monitoring. The strategy has already brought success in South Africa and Cyprus. Qatar Petroleum is national term in such an hour competition with energy like Bain, Transportation, Petronas. So it's around GHG emission. The score is positive. The sentiment score is 78. You can have the link to the source where the data has been taken from. You have the topic source 66, and you have a reject button here because everything is AI based. Sometimes the models make mistake. You can export all that into a CSV, so you can ingest it as part of another solution that you have. You can do also self-assessment here. It's an easy to use questionnaire that we developed with EY and FII, where you just send it to your supply chain or you send it to your investment companies and then they reply to it. It's easy to use. You can have a yes and no questions, or you can have a detailed question where you fill in, and our AI will score that based on how vague the responses are, how good is it, what we are doing, the time to take to respond, and then we correlate all that information into an analysis, integrated into the ESG data intelligence platform. You can create watch lists, so you add what companies to watch lists, your investment companies, your portfolio companies, or your supply chain, and then you monitor them to understand if there's any problem related to it or anything that could constitute a risk for you.